Kubor ka Batisi TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Frank Motors. I am Tata Punch. Price starting at 5.80 lakhs. Ringkat bat ka net foodish. Ordar mapi nginwan ra amangi hakir dob yeng jongpi.
Nói lắm trong cái liang persya cái yang dorbar thawaan Dr. Mukul sangma hakas ngit hot dieng ka khandai tri unai luar arajar arfuar ulabu jingkeli ke Sorkar Meghalaya Democratic Alliance halor ke Jingshah setiap uba Cheris the field thank you hatu ke de ke jingesla ha ke jing kran bigila pathai kubor da ka bakado kat kum ka kai phot Tohkit jong unong bishar ti vai phai ka balawan ra hakas ngis dang jong ka dorbar senrai ka yang dorbar thawaan ke jelau Dr. Mukul sangma laong haba bishar gini kai phot kidon art liki aka ka kai phot ka kado ba ka don ka jingle bakala klem jingit khle bat klem da perkhat haba punan kam ya ka iktiar ula ong ba ka jingle khnra jiki pulit ka bada perkhat bha khnang ban laj na ka nu ka jingja pasngusi ban laj na ka jingdo ai ka min sim breu la ka long na ki bahyang sam la ne na ka liang jiki pulit ula kentui pat ba nong snong jong ka jela ban bu jingkeli ka Sorkar bat ban dawai ka Sorkar ba kadai ban Phah Tohkit kum haka National Investigation Agency lani ka Central Bureau of Investigation kibala man pelong ya ka jing Tohkit ka balai luoi.
From the report we can look at how whatever sentiments were expressed by the people of the state based on the circumstances leading to that unfortunate incident are based on what has happened, and that has been reflected in this report of the Commission of Inquiry. It is incumbent upon, therefore, on the government that all the necessary action as per law is taken by the government to ensure justice, because any instance where a justice is perceived to have been denied is something which creates a situation generating lack of confidence and trust on the authorities, which doesn't augur well for our democracy. Therefore, government must ensure that there is no space, no room from any corner to feel that justice has not been done. Justice must always prevail. And TMC, as a political party, is committed to ensure that we fight for ensuring justice. And that's why today we are here to reaffirm our commitment to take every issue to a logical conclusion, be it fighting for the justice of helpless children who are being deprived of their access to education, or in the similar circumstances where people are victim of thoughtless action of the government for whatever reasons, the reasons best known to the people in authority. Now you see, there are two things here. If you are looking at the report, yes, the report is clear indicative where the whole operation that took place was reflective of culpable of thoughtless and excessive use of force. That is the portion of the report. If I read these, you'll be able to articulate it more appropriately for the benefit of the people. This particular portion, which I want to refer to from this report that has been submitted by the Commission of Inquiry. This is to a great extent quite conclusive. It says, therefore my finding is that the tactical Q1 in carrying out the operation to arrest the deceased at his residence on 13/8/2021 at about 3 a.m. was culpable of thoughtless and excessive use of force, which resulted in the death of the deceased, late Cheris, thank you, which could have been avoided. On this particular finding of the Commission of Inquiry. Please remember that the Meghalaya police had withstood the test of time. Meghalaya police has never been in such a position where they have not faced much more bigger challenges than this in dealing with law and order situation in the state, in restoring peace, whether dealing with proscribed organizations or dealing with other petty militant outfits which were mushrooming in the state. And therefore, there is a well-known SOP, standard operative procedure for the police. There has been innumerable raids, not just one, not just two, so many raids over the years. Because we have gone through that situation where the challenges before the state was quite formidable. There were innumerable militant outfits. There were number of banned militant outfits, banned terrorist organizations, and therefore there has been number of similar raids, be it in the urban area or be it in the rural areas. Now, what is the usual practice? Usual practice is that once they have a pinpoint information based on the whole intelligence input, which is usually available with a vast network of our internal security apparatus, then the whole operation is done in such a way that there is minimum collateral damage to the citizens, or in other words, the members of the families in the neighborhood, and also to avoid and prevent such chances of any loss to our own police personnel. And therefore, once a pinpoint, accurate input is available with the police, then what is the usual procedure? They will ensure that, okay, that area is cordoned off, and in the instant case, I think it was cordoned off, the whole house was already surrounded by the number of members of the police organizations who were there in the raid, which is reflected in this report. And the usual expected line of action is that they wait for the dawn so that the visibility is used to minimize the chances of any collateral damage. That is the SOP. Wherever there has been raid across the state in the past, it's always in the dawn. 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, it is on expected line because that is part of the SOP. Now in the instant case, you look at the incident has taken place at 3 o'clock. So they should have waited for 1 hour or 1.5 hours at the most to have that kind of visibility. As simple as that. Now why this SOP was not followed? Why? Was it because of incompetence of this police? The men of the organizations who have been highly trained. Please remember that we have given them such kind of training which made me on number of occasions take the pride on the efficiency of our police organization, the men of the police organization. Our police, state police have demonstrated very high level of efficiency. And therefore I have no reason to believe that it's because of incompetence. Therefore, what is the other angle? The other angle has to be therefore looked at from the legal perspective, inconsistent with the law of the land. Was there, therefore, I am putting the question before the government, let this same question be put by the people of the state. Was there a criminal conspiracy to make this incident happen? From all the circumstances leading to this unfortunate incident, wherein the life of the deceased had to be lost due to this thoughtless as have been used by the Commissioner of Inquiry himself. that part of question has to be answered by the government. And therefore, all the action that is expected in sync with the law of the land has to be directed towards this, to find out and rule out through proper independent inquiry as to whether there was a criminal conspiracy. Okay? I am being straight and blunt. And government has to do that in order to instill confidence amongst the people of the state in the efficiency and competence of our Meghalaya police. Let me repeat, I take pride in the efficiency and competence of our Meghalaya police. I have no doubt about their efficiency and competence. Therefore, I also take pride in the intelligence gathering system that is there in the police organization. I know it, therefore I'm telling you. Yeah, if we have been able to have pinpoint accurate information in the past, we have demonstrated it. No? The police have demonstrated it. It is not something which is based on my assumption or presumption. No, we know it. Meghalaya police is one of the most competent organizations in this country, amongst all the police organizations across this nation. I have taken pride on this. I have shared this in our internal security meeting convened by MHA on a number of occasions. And you have all the facts available when you connect the dots of incidents that has taken place in the past. You will have this inference as what I'm referring to. And therefore, now if there was an input available that the deceased was in his own residence and the deceased was staying with his wife and 2 children, do you expect that the Meghalaya intelligence is so incompetent to know whether any member belonging to the organization, any cadre of the organization was there or not? I don't accept it. I am telling you I don't accept it because of the high level of efficiency and competence of our intelligence gathering. That means were not they using the right people? Or were they ignoring this input? And were they trying to shield themselves by referring to, oh, there was a possibility of this? My dear friends, if you go by the circumstances leading to this unfortunate incident, which is captured and reflected in this report, you have all the conclusions for yourself. So therefore I'm saying, and I am asking the people of the state to put this question before the government, was there criminal conspiracy resulting in this unfortunate demise of this deceased? And therefore, we need the answer. How will we get the answer? There has to be an independent inquiry based on this. I think you have all the answers. That's why I'm saying there has to be an investigation to find out exactly what has happened. Why has it happened that way? Because I know that our police, the men of the organization, we always refer to them as men of the organizations, are not considered as incompetent as they appear from what has happened. You know, they have been trained, they have been conditioned, they have gone through similar kind of exercise in the past. You know, this is not something which is fresh and new to the police organization of the state. I am putting the question before the government. The government has to tell me, and government has to tell the people of the state. Based on the circumstances leading to this unfortunate killing of Cheris, thank you. Going by this report, there is a reason to ask the government to come clear on whether there was a criminal conspiracy to lead to this unfortunate incident wherein the deceased has to become a victim of this thoughtless killing. So this question we are putting before the government, and this same question the people of the state should put before the government. And therefore, if the answer has to come, therefore there has to be an inquiry. What type of inquiry? An independent inquiry. It has become property of the public. And on behalf of the people of the state and the nation, we are asking this, that this must be done, lest similar things are repeated and a general perception starts, superseding everything else, wherein people will start having lack of trust and confidence on the system. People should never be allowed to have that kind of perception where people have lack of trust and confidence on our system. Because it is the trust, it is the confidence of the people on the system which sustains our democracy. And therefore it is very crucial, and that is why it is important. And that is the reason why I am saying that we need to instill confidence. The government need to instill confidence on me, on you, and for the people. I have to also have confidence in the system that yes, everything that has happened was without any predetermined ill motive. If there was a predetermined ill motive, then it goes back to the same thing. Was there a criminal conspiracy? This answer has to be replied. And this answer can be replied by the government only if there is an independent inquiry. Portions have been erased. But usually, since this is pertaining to an incident involving alleged killing, therefore certain names are not reflected in the report, though it will be available with the government in their confidential record. Since this document has become public, certain names are not reflected. This is inconsistent with the usual practice. We used to practice this. Okay. Certain names are always not disclosed only because sometimes disclosure of these names can have certain ramifications on the individuals. Okay. So, and not only that, it can also have ramification on the course of the case. If it goes to judiciary, if there is a judicial intervention, if somebody seeks judicial intervention on this, then the overall course of the case can be influenced. People can try to reach out to people. That's why sometimes you don't disclose the names of the witness. Until and unless government goes through them and then decide. So they have decided, but then idea is that after going through the report, if there are some names which should not be disclosed, the government has the prerogative. It also amounts to destruction of evidence. Sometimes some people can be giving you number of important inputs in the matter of pursuing any instance of crime. Now, if you go by other instances of the past, there has been some instances where in order to ensure that, okay, there is no more further progress in the investigation of cases, sometimes, the sources of inputs, the witnesses, the evidences are destroyed. Killing a potential man who could have provided some more information is also amounting to that. So law can be interpreted in many ways. Whether the deceased has many other things, whether he had many things, in other words, whether they were afraid of spilling bills by the deceased. All those things also come. So these are million-dollar questions, so they will have to answer. And my point is, therefore, whether there was a criminal conspiracy to lead to this circumstance which led to the killing of late Cheris. Thank you.
Since 2014, our country has been plagued by divisive forces. TMC is in Meghalaya with the mission to empower the people, uphold the ethnic cultures and traditions, celebrate the sacred land. To oust the proxy BJP government from Meghalaya, be the change, support TMC. by calling on 96877 96877.